Hi, this is Tidra. It's Thursday, March 22nd, and today I'm going to demonstrate Clue 6 for the Bernat 2012 Mystery Crochet Along. This is the last clue that's actually making motifs, so I'm assuming that the next two clues will be how to put the afghan together. So that's what we're going to do today. Let's get started. I'm just going to move the camera down so that you can see what I'm doing with my hands, and we'll get going. Okay, so for this clue, the instructions call for us to make 6 of the motif, 4 in our contrast color B and 2 in our main color. So I'm going to be demonstrating with my main color, which is Incense from the Waverly for Bernat line. Again, we're going to be using the same hook size. Adjust it if you need to for gauge. Although I haven't had to do that, so you probably can use the same hook size you've been using all along. This is an H, a size H, which is what the pattern calls for, and you just adjust up or down if it doesn't give you the right gauge. So I'm going to move my yarn over out of the way. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to make our loop on our hook. Okay, and we're going to chain 4. Okay, which is just yarning over it and pulling it through the loop on the hook. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to join with a slip stitch into the first chain that we made in order to form a ring. So we're going to go right into that very first chain that we made, yarn over and pull it through the stitch and the loop that was on the hook. Okay, and that forms our little ring. See our little ring down here? And that's what we're going to be working into for round 1. Okay, for round 1, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to do 1 single crochet, chain 11 7 times into the ring. Okay, so we're going to single crochet. We're going to go into the ring, yarn over and draw our yarn up through the ring, yarn over and pull it through the 2 loops on the hook. That's our single crochet. Then we're going to chain 11 times. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so you can see our chain here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's our chain 11. So that was the single crochet chain 11 the first time, and we're doing it 7 times. So now we're going to single crochet right into our loop again, into our ring that we formed. And then we're going to chain 11 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, then we're going to single crochet in our ring again. And I just kind of slide them around as I go, just to give me a little bit more room in my ring for the single crochets when it comes time. Okay, and you can see what we're doing here is we're creating by chaining 11 and then doing a single crochet, we're creating this little loop here. Okay, and we're doing it 7 times, so we're going to end up with 7 of these little loops before we move on to the next directions. When we finish the round, we're actually going to have 8 loops, just like all of our other motifs had the 8-sided, because it's going to end up an octagon. Okay, so that's the second one. Okay, and we're just going to continue that on the whole way around. I'm going to go ahead and do it and then show you what it looks like when it's completed. Okay, remember what we're doing right now is we're doing a single crochet, chain 11 7 times, and then I'll turn the video back on to show you what we do for the 8th time, because it's a little bit different. Okay, so just go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you what to do after you get those 7 done. When you complete doing the single crochet, chain 11 7 times, this is what you end up with. Okay, you end up with 6 completed loops and the chain 11 from the 7th time. Okay, the next instruction is to just do a single crochet in the ring again. So basically you're finishing that 7th loop. Okay, so we do a single crochet into the ring and finish that 7th loop. Okay, now the instructions call for us to chain 6, so we're only going to chain 6 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we've chained 6. Okay, and now we're going to join with a double triple crochet to the first single crochet. Now this was something I was not familiar with, a double triple crochet. Luckily Bernat's really good in their instructions and they tell you how to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over 3 times. So we're going to 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we've got our yarn wrapped around our hook 3 times. Then we're going to take the hook and place it into the stitch that they said, which is the first single crochet. So we're going to put it into the first single crochet we made. Then we're going to put our yarn over the hook and draw a loop up through that stitch. Okay, so now what we end up with is 5 loops on the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. End up with 5 on there. Okay, and now in order to finish it out, we're going to yarn over and draw through 2 of the loops 4 times. So that was once. Yarn over, draw through 2. That's twice. Yarn over, draw through 3. That's 3 times. Yarn over, draw through the 2. That's the 4th time. Okay, and as you can see, that leaves us with, besides our little tail from our starting string, that leaves us with 8 little loops. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 loops. So after round 1, that's what you end up with, is 8 loops around the center ring. Okay, for round 2, what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1. Okay, see, so that we finished round 1, we're going to start round 2 by chaining 1 and doing a single crochet into the double triple crochet. So we're going to go right back into the stitch we just finished. Put our hook through, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through the 2 on the hook. Okay, so that's our first single crochet. Now we're going to chain 5 and put a single crochet in the top of the next chain 11 hoop. We're going to do that 7 times. Okay, so we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then do a single crochet in the top of the chain 11 hoop. Now we don't do it in a stitch, we just do it in the hoop itself. Okay. Okay, so we did our chain 5 and then a single crochet in the top of the hoop. And we're doing that 7 times. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then single crochet, which is just put the hook through the hoop, yarn over and draw a loop up, yarn over through the 2 hoops on the hook. Okay, so that's our second one. What we're doing is we're attaching the petals of the flower. Okay, so we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then do a single crochet in the top of the next chain 11 loop. Okay, and we're going to do that the whole way around, the exact same thing, and join with a slip stitch to the first single crochet. So what we're doing is we're chaining 5, single crochet in the next stitch 7 times. Then the instructions call to chain 5 one more time to get the last section, and then join with a loop. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that and then show you the finished product after round 2. So after round 2, this is what you should have. You should have the flower type shape in the middle, with a ring going all the way around the outside that consists of chain 5, single crochet in the top of the petal, chain 5, single crochet in the top of the petal, the whole way around, joining with a slip stitch into the first single crochet that you made. So that's what you have after round 2. So round 3, we're going to chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we've chained 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this chain 6 counts as 1 double crochet and a chain 3. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a double crochet. So we're going to start by wrapping around our needle, or pardon me, our hook, into the 3rd chain of the next chain 5 space. Okay, so we're not going into the space this time. We're going into the chain. And we're going into the 3rd one. So 1, 2, 3. We're going into the chain, yarn over, and pull through. So yarn over again, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. It's for our double crochet. Okay, now we're going to chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to do a double crochet in the single crochet that's at the top of the petal. So yarn over into the single crochet, yarn over and pull it through, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. Okay, and this is the pattern that we're going to use to work our way around. Okay, we're going to do chain 3, 1, 2, 3, then a double crochet in the 3rd stitch of the chain. And then chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3, and a double crochet into the single crochet at the top of the petal. Okay, and we're going to do that the whole way around. Okay, what we're doing is chain 6 was our starter, which counts as a double crochet and a chain 3. Then we double crochet in the 3rd chain, chain 3, double crochet in the single crochet, chain 3, double crochet in the 3rd chain, chain 3, double crochet in the single crochet. We're going to do that the whole way around, and then I'll show you what we end up with. And when we join, we're going to join with a slip stitch into the 3rd chain of this initial chain 6, so that we'll have a completed circle. with a completed round 3, this is what you should have. Your circle in the middle, your ring around it for round 2, and then round 3 consisting of double crochets with 3 chain 3s between them the whole way around. The double crochets go in the center of the chain 5 space, in that chain, the 3rd chain, and in the single crochets at the top of each petal. And then you join with the slip stitch in the 3rd chain of your initial chain 6. Okay, so you end up with the flower in the middle and this little border around it up here. Okay, so that's after round 3. Okay, round 4 is a little different. Now keep in mind that you can get these full instructions, the full printed instructions, at the Bernat website. You can go to the main website and click on their forums link, and in the forums link go into the Mystery Crochet Along thread, and there'll be one that says Clue 6, and you can go in there and download the complete instructions including the chart to help you with what you're doing, for the complete instructions for the clues. You'll also find some really good instructional videos there for individual stitches and techniques if you don't know how to do them. They have a nice video library on that site. So, okay, for round 4, what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1 and then do a single crochet in that same spot where we just did the slip stitch to join. So we're going to go into the slip stitch and do a single crochet. Okay, so we've got our single crochet there. Okay, now we're going to start what they call the cluster stitch for this pattern. And this is going to be the same anytime we do a cluster. This is what we're going to do. We're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, then we're going to yarn over, and we're going to put the hook not into the initial single crochet we just did there, but we're going to put it sideways into the posts. This first one is a little bit hard to see, so I'm going to show you a little bit clearer on the next one. We're going to draw up a loop, yarn over, and pull it through 2 of the hoops on the hook. Then we're going to yarn over again, and we're again put the crochet hook into the post and pull another yarn up through there. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 again. So now we have 3 on the hook. And then to finish the cluster, you'll yarn over one more time, and then you're going to draw that through all 3 of the loops on the hook. And that makes your little cluster. Okay? Now we're going to miss this chain 3 space. We're not going to do anything in that chain 3 space, and we're going to do a single crochet into this double crochet. So we do a single crochet. And what that single crochet does is it takes that cluster and attaches it to this ring. See, here's our cluster right here, and the single crochet has attached it to the ring. Okay, now what we're going to do is basically we are going to make these clusters the entire way around the loop. Okay, so to make the cluster again, we chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we take our hook, and normally if we were working into a single crochet, we would go into this space right here. Right, that's not it. Let's see. Into this space here, so that the top 2, so that you would see the top like this, you'd go underneath here. Let me pull this up a little so you can see. Normally we would go in here. See, so you can see it that way. But instead, what we're going to do this time is instead of going through the top of the stitch, we're going to go in the side of the stitch. See, so instead of going through up here, we're going to go through here. See the post that's made from the single crochet? This post here, we're going to stitch around that. So we've chained 3, we're going to yarn over, put it into that space around the post. Yarn over and pull it through. Yarn over once, pull it through 2. Yarn over again, put it into the stitch, pull up another one, yarn over through 2, so that we're left with 3 on the hook, yarn over and pull it through all 3, and then single crochet into the next double crochet. Now see how I'm going through the top of the stitch? I'm going through the top. Actually, let me show you on this, because that'll be a little bit easier to see than on the single. If you were gonna crochet into the double crochet, you go in here where you can see the top, the 2. But if we were doing the cluster around the double crochet, we would be going around the post, this. So we'd be coming in here instead of here. Okay, and that's what we're doing with the single crochet. With the single crochet, we're going through not the top, but the post. It's just a narrower post because it's a single, not a double. Okay, so I'm going to make my single crochet here. I'll show you another one because this is a tricky when you're first doing it. So we chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and I tried to make this one a little bit looser so you could see. See, this is the post of the single crochet we just did at the base right here. That's what we're going to go around. So we're going to yarn over the hook and put our hook into the space and around the post of the single crochet. Yarn over and pull it through. Yarn over, pull it through 2. Yarn over, back through the post, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, through 2, yarn over, pull it through all 3, and then single crochet in the next double crochet to hook it down. So basically we're doing this cluster around the single crochet that we use to attach the cluster to the base. Okay, so we make a cluster and then we do a single crochet to attach it to our base. Then the next cluster is built around that single crochet, and we do it on the post instead of in the top. So we'll do 2 more and then I'll just show you the finished product. See, so you can see the post kind of clearly here because I haven't started the, see the post of the single crochet right there? So now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We have a chain 3. That's the beginning of the cluster. Then we yarn over our hook, take our hook and put it into and around that post. Yarn over and draw the loop up through that post. So we have 3 on the hook. Then we yarn over, but we only pull it through 2 at that point. Okay, so that's the next part of the cluster made. Now we're going to make the last little bit of the cluster. We're going to yarn over one more time, put it around the post, yarn over and draw it up through, yarn over and pull it through 2 of the hooks, hoops on the hook. Okay, so when we get ready to finish our cluster, we've got the initial chain 3, the first set we pulled through, and the second set we pulled through. Now we're going to yarn over and pull it through all 3 of those to finish our cluster. And then we attach it with a single crochet into that next double crochet. And we do that the entire way around. So I'm going to do that around and then show you how we end up. So after completing round 4, this is what you should have. You have a group of clusters the entire way around that are like on top of the chain 3 spaces. Okay, so you have a cluster, then a single crochet attaching it to a double crochet. Cluster, single crochet attaching it to double crochet. And each cluster is worked into the single crochet that you made. That you had just made prior. Now it's a little bit easier if you go to the Bernat site and you pull up the instructions. If you go to the chart, you can tell a little bit easier when you look at the chart where you put the base of those clusters. It makes it a little bit easier to see. And you might have to try 2 or 3 times. It took me 2 or 3 times of attempting the cluster and then taking it out and trying it again before I figured out exactly what it was they were saying. Mostly because I didn't follow the instructions. I was reading them incorrectly, which made it hard to understand how you were supposed to finish off the cluster. But if you follow the instructions and the order on the instructions, it really is you do exactly what the instructions say. And it will be easier to tell where to put your base of your cluster if you look at that chart, because it will show the stitches going sideways from the base of the single crochet. So that's what you have at the end of round 4. Round 5 starts with a chain 8. So we've got a chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now this chain 8 counts as a double crochet chain 5. Okay, so the first 3 count as the double crochet and then a chain 5. And now we're going to do a double crochet in the next single crochet. So we're going to double crochet, so we yarn over and we put our hook into the single crochet. Now this time we're going into like we would normally go into. See, we put the cluster at the base around the post of the single crochet, but now we're going into the single crochet like we would normally. And we make a double crochet there. And then we chain 5. And then we're going to repeat that the whole way around. So basically we are going to do 4, 5, let me make sure I counted that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you do a chain 5 and then a double crochet in the single crochet, in the next single crochet. So what we're doing is we're doing chain 5 and then a double crochet in the single crochet, which is the space. The single crochet actually is the space between the clusters. Okay, so each cluster is going to have a chain 5 around it with a double crochet between the chain 5s. Okay, so we're going to double crochet, chain 5, double crochet, chain 5, double crochet, chain 5, the whole way around. So we'll do a couple more and then I'll show you the finished one. Okay, so we chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we yarn over, put our hook into the single crochet, yarn over and pull it through. So we have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull it through 2 of them, yarn over, pull it through 2 of them for our double crochet. And then we chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then same thing, double crochet into the very next single crochet, which will be the space between the clusters. Okay, so we're going to do that the whole way around, and I'll show you that in just a moment. So after completing round 5, this is what you should have, which is you should have chain 5 loops connected with double crochets inside the single crochets between the clusters of round 4. Okay, so that's the whole way around. And when you got to the end, what you did was you join with a slip stitch to the third chain of that initial chain 8. So it makes the double crochet for there, and you still have the chain 5 for your chain 5 around the loop. Okay? So that's what you have the whole way around, is you have a set of chain 5s with double crochets connecting in the spaces between the clusters. So that's the end of round 5. Round 6 begins with a chain 1 and a single crochet in the same stitch that you just slip stitched in. So you do a single crochet in that same stitch. Okay? And then this round, what we're going to do is we're going to do a cluster in that single crochet we just made. So remember, a cluster, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to yarn over and put our hook around the post of that single crochet we just made. And draw a loop up, yarn over, draw it through 2 of the loops, yarn over, put it into the post, yarn over and draw a loop up, yarn over, draw it through 2, oops, that yarn separated, there we go. Then we yarn over and pull it through all 3 loops to complete our cluster. Okay, now this cluster gets attached in the third chain of the chain 5 space. Okay, so we want the third chain of the chain 5 space. We do a single crochet in that. Okay, now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and do a single crochet in the next double crochet. Okay, so we chained 3, and now we're going to do a single crochet into this next double crochet. Okay, so what we did was we did we chained 1 and did a single crochet to start with. That single crochet was so that we would have the base for our cluster. So we did a cluster, and then we used a single crochet to attach that to the third chain of our chain 5. Then we chained 3 and did a single crochet into the double crochet. Okay, now that single crochet is going to be the base for our next cluster. We're going to cluster again, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and make our cluster around the post of the single crochet that we just made. And again, we're going to attach it to the third chain of our chain 5 with a single crochet. Then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and do a single crochet into the double crochet. Okay, so you can see the pattern starting to develop for this round, which is a cluster, attach it, chain 3, single crochet in the double crochet to form the base to do the next cluster. Single crochet to attach it, chain 3, single crochet in the double crochet to form the base for the next cluster. And we're going to do that the whole way around. Okay, so I'll do a couple more so you can see them. We're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, that's the beginning of our cluster, yarn over, go into the post of the single crochet, pull up a piece of yarn, yarn over, pull it through 2, then yarn over, again go into the post, yarn over and pull it through, yarn over, pull it through 2, now yarn over and pull it through all 3. making a cluster. Then we single crochet into the third chain of our chain 5. Just going to single crochet there. And then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and do a single crochet into the double crochet. Okay, and we're going to do it again. So we're going to chain 3 to start our cluster, yarn over, go around the base of the single crochet, yarn over and pull it through. See, now we have 3 on there. Yarn over, pull it through 2 of the 3. Okay, then we're going to yarn over again, go in around our post, draw up a piece of yarn. So now we have 4 on the hook. We're going to yarn over and pull it through 2 of them, leaving us 3. We're going to yarn over and pull it through all 3 to finish the cluster. Then we do a single crochet in the third chain. So 1, 2, the third chain, we do a single crochet. Then we chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then attach with a single crochet to the double crochet. Okay, so you can see the pattern that we're getting here. Okay, which is cluster space, cluster space, cluster space. Okay, I'm going to do that the whole way around and then show you what we get. So after round 6, this is what you have. But you've repeated the pattern of chaining 3 to begin your cluster. You make a cluster in each single crochet as you go around. Then you chain 3. So you make a cluster, single crochet in the third chain of the chain 5 from the prior round, chain 3, make a single crochet in the double crochet. Make another cluster, single crochet in the third chain of the chain 5 from the prior round, chain 3, and do a single crochet in the double crochet. And you continue that the whole way around until you get to the end. When you get to the end, instead of making the last single crochet, you instead join it with a slip stitch to your initial single crochet. And that's how you finish out round 6. Now, for round 7, what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1 and then do a single crochet in that same space that we just did the slip stitch in. Single crochet. Okay, now we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now we're going to we're not going to do anything with this cluster. Okay, we're going to skip it and the single crochet that attached it. And next we're going to work into the chain 3 space. Excuse me. We're skipping the cluster and we're skipping the single crochet that follows it, and we're working in the chain 3 space. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, and this is going to make one of the corners for our octagon. Okay, because remember the pattern is going to be an octagon, just like our other 11-inch motifs have been. They've all been octagons. Okay, so we're going to single crochet into that chain 3 space. Pardon me, not single, double crochet. Then we're going to chain 2 and then double crochet again into that same chain 3 space. Now this is the same corner that we've done on several of the other motifs as well, which is the double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. That makes the corner. Okay, now we're going to chain 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now again we're going to skip the cluster and the single crochet and work in the chain 3 space. Only this time we're just going to make a single crochet in there. Okay? And this is the pattern we're going to follow around. We're going to alternate. Okay? We're going to chain 5 and then we're going to either do the corner, which is the double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, or we're going to do the single crochet. Okay, and we're going to alternate. So we just did the single crochet. So now we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then do the corner because we did the single crochet last. So now we're going to do the corner. So we're going to do the double crochet. And remember, we're working in the chain 3 spaces. We're ignoring the clusters and the single crochets. Chain 2. And then another double crochet. Okay. See, so this was our initial corner here, which was the double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, chain 5, single crochet, chain 5, and then another corner. Okay. So when you block it, this will be your side. Okay. So the whole way around, what we're going to be doing is, from the corner, we'll chain 5, single crochet, chain 5, do a corner. Chain 5, single crochet, chain 5, do a corner. We're going to do that the whole way around. Okay. So I'll do one more. So we've just completed our corner. So we chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do a single crochet in the next chain 3 space. Chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then do a corner in the next chain 3 space. So that's a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet in the same space. Okay, and that'll be our pattern the whole way around. Okay, so I'm gonna let you see the finished product here in just a second. So go ahead and complete that, working the whole way around with the same pattern. Corner, 5, single, 5, corner, 5, single, corner, 5, corner, and just continue that the whole way around. Okay, to end this round, it's just a little bit different from how you've been ending them. You're still going to join with a slip stitch to the first single crochet, but we're going to skip the last cluster, single crochet, and chain 3 space. So we're not gonna do anything in that last chain 3 space. We're just going to join. The last thing we do is this chain 5, and then we're just going to join with a slip stitch to the first single crochet that we made. Okay, so what we end up with is what's kind of loosely an octagon now. It's a little bit more curvy than what we've been doing up till this point, so you're really going to have to, definitely going to need to block this one. Let's see, here's a chain 2 space and a chain 2. This is, we've got a side here and a side here and a side here. But see how it's just a little bit more curvy. And after we finish the last round, it's still going to be kind of curvy. So you definitely probably need to block this in order to finish it up good. So that's the end of the third round. I mean, pardon me, the 7th round. So the 7th round is where we start to form our actual octagon. We have chain 5s between the corners, and we have chain 5s between the single crochets that are between the corners. We've been working into the chain 3 spaces of the prior row. Okay? Okay, so for round 8, which is the last round, okay, we're going to do a slip stitch right into this first chain 5 space. We're going to be working this round, this whole round, we're going to be working in the chain 5 spaces. Okay, so each chain 5 space we're going to work into, as well as into the chain 2 spaces to form our corners when we get to the corners. Okay, so to start, we're going to chain 2. Oh no, first we're going to do our slip stitch. So we do our slip stitch just to get us into that chain 5 space. We're going to chain 2. Now this chain 2 does not count as the beginning stitch of our pattern like it normally would. This time it doesn't. Okay, so now we're going to do, in this chain 5 space, we're going to do 2 half double crochets and 3 double crochets. Okay, so we're going to do a half double crochet, which, in case you don't remember what that is, you yarn over, go into the space, pull yarn over. You now have 3 stitches on there, yarn over, pull it through all 3 stitches. That's a half double crochet. Okay, so now I've done 2 of those. Now I'm going to do 3 double crochets right in that same chain 5 space. 1, 2, and then the last one, 3. Okay, and now what we've done is we've worked our way over to the corner. See, we've got our corner here, double crochet, chain 2 double crochet, and in that corner we're going to work that exact same thing. We're going to work double crochet, chain 2 double crochet right in that chain 2 space. So go double crochet, chain 2, double crochet in the same space. Okay, so that's remaining our corner. Okay, now into the next chain 5 space, we're reversing the order of what we did here. Here we did 2 halves and then 3 doubles. On this side we're going to do 3 doubles and then 2 halves. Okay, so we're working smaller stitch to larger stitch as we go toward the corner, and then away from the corner we work larger to smaller. So we do 3 double crochets into that chain 5 space. 1, 2, 3, and then 2 half double crochets into that same chain 5 space. 1, 2. Okay, now we're going to work the other chain 5 space that's part of that same side. Okay, so now we're going to skip this single crochet that's here and move into this next chain 5 space. In that side we're going to do 2 half double crochets. 1, 2, and then 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now we're at another corner. See, we worked our way around to another corner of double crochet, chain 2 double crochet, and we're going to do that same thing into that chain 2 space. Double crochet, chain 2, double crochet into the same space. I didn't do that right. I went into the wrong space after I chained 2. Let's do it into the right space. There we go. There's our corner. Okay, so this is the pattern we're going to be working the whole way around. Okay, when we started the side, we've only done half of this side. Okay, so we did 2 half double crochets, 3 double crochets, and then a corner. Okay, so between the corners, what you have is 3 double crochets, 2 half double crochets. Then you move over to the next chain 5 space and do 2 half double crochets, 3 double crochets, and then the next corner. And you do that the entire way around. Okay, and so this is your side. So like I said, it has a little bit of a curve to it, but that's the side of your octagon. Okay, so I'm going to work that around the whole way and then show you the finished motif. Okay, so this is what we end up with. I haven't fastened off yet. To fasten off, you're just going to cut your yarn, leave yourself a tail that you're going to weave in, and then just yarn over and pull through. Okay, so this is what we end up with, our octagon. And like I said, you're going to need to block this one because, as you can tell, it is more curvy than the other ones were. But this is the entire motif. And this is for clue 6 for the Bernat Mystery Crochet Along. And it is the last set of motifs that you do. Following this, we'll be putting the piece together. I hope you enjoyed the demonstration. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and don't forget to breathe. Bye.